You are listening to Two Heels and a Face Wrestling Podcast, a podcast where we believe wrestling is a buffet and there's something there for everyone. Make sure you're following us on all social media such as Twitter, Instagram, Facebook under Two Heels and a Face. That's number 2 Heels and a Face. Make sure you check out our website, twoheelsandaface.com.
Era, Two Heels and a Face.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Two Heels and a Face Wrestling Podcast. We got a very special episode for you today. It's taken a little bit more production work. Don't worry, this is recording. Unlike last time where we tried to record our first in-person interview since 2019 and we screwed that up, we are going to rebound. We keep moving forward. We keep trudging forward. We have two of our very special friends and two of the top recurring guests on today's podcast. Before we get into that, Chris, how are you doing, man?
I am trying to make a comeback here and redeem myself. Definitely last episode.
It's not, Chris.
Yes,
no, team wins,
listen.
team losses. That was a team loss.
See, that's what we're going to learn here today. There's a whole team backing up Steve. There's a whole team backing up Trent. I don't think we need to delay it any longer. We should bring them in. I'm doing fine, I guess. I won't talk about that lost episode. We will definitely make a comeback as a team, and we'll do it right, and hopefully we do it justice. So yes. I'm going to bring in our guests. You cool with that?
I'm cool with that.
What's up, gentlemen?
Yes.
Welcome back, Chance. Trent. Welcome back, Steve. Welcome back. How you guys doing?
Great.
Much better now that I got a chant.
Yeah, we got a chant. I mean, you normally Steve and I don't get chants, right? We're unsung heroes back there. We don't really get chants. We just get a lot of questions. That's about all we get.
Yeah. Well, there's gonna be questions. In case you aren't familiar with these two people, two of our top recurring guests, Steve from Warrior Wrestling, owner, promoter, booker man, whatever you like to call him, extraordinaire. This is his 22nd Two Heels and a Face guest appearance.
Jesus, Steve, 20 seconds.
That's not even possible.
How is that possible? You guys haven't been on that long. 22.
And Trent, as you have mentioned before, and kind of where this whole rivalry started was, Trent would come on and be like, "What does Steve get a preview and a recap episode?"
Yes, so that is how it started. Because it wasn't fair, Steve, that you were getting a preview and it's one or the other here. You don't get two.
You need a sandwich. You need a sandwich to understand and debrief. You got
to delegate. Steve, you're a boss. Delegation is key. That should have been Eric doing one or the other. Somebody else on the office side.
That's true. They've done the double team of Eric and I before, and I think it was too much. I think that's what caused them to say we got to take a break from these guys for years.
We've obviously talked to so many people in the Chicago indie scene. Yeah, I think the two promoter, we've learned that too on the freelance underground side, having James and Andy Two Juice Long, mom and dad start to bicker a little bit between those two, and then it's just too many cooks in the kitchen. So yeah, I can agree with that. Trent is making his 17th Two Heels and a Face.
I'm not too far, man.
Not so far behind, Trent.
Wait, was 22 legit? I thought you were totally bullshitting.
It's legit. This is where the beef starts, Steve. 22 is a lot, man.
I thought you were making that up. Wow.
Well, Trent has been with us since very early days. Trent found us before we knew that people at AAW or within that sphere of fans or wrestlers kind of even listen to the podcast. Trent found us. Trent then came on the pod. And I feel like every time Trent and I would talk, he'd be like, I have to be the most recurring. And then we started making a tally. And that's kind of where the rivalry started to spiral. Although Steve did not know that Trent had such disdain for him. Finding that out now.
Well, I was like, I got to be the most recurring. And he's like, I have some bad news for you. That feeling you got? You know that feeling you got when you had to split the audience with Steve on the wrestling side of things? Now you have to split this podcast audience. Shit. Nice. Well, I'm glad to see Steve. I always loved seeing Steve. He's been very, business part aside of everything. Steve's been extremely welcoming to me and anybody from AAW into his locker room and to watch his shows. And I always appreciate that from Steve. So Steve, thank you very much for being a good pal.
Absolutely. No, I love. So Trent and I went out for tacos
We
before the
did.
pandemic, just to talk wrestling and Chicago stuff and life. And
Colonel Silver when
it's
Eagles
always
Club?
no,
No,
it
no.
was Broken English,
Oh.
I think, and
Broken English, Lincoln Park. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
see,
Yeah, so we hang out without you guys. So you're
Yeah, there's been some secret meetings that have gone on. This is gonna go down in some Chicago wrestling history thing. There was a secret meeting.
The one promotion you guys are making in the background, one to rule them all.
One of us shows up at the other and reveals the shirt, like very 90s attitude era style. It's like, oh my god!
And the whole audience is like, who are these two guys?
No, I want to say that's a really good thing to point out. I want to say that I think both of you have been very welcoming to other. I think if I could go gloat for a second, I think that's a strength of this podcast. Honestly, is that we bring people from these different promotions together. Never this direct before, so this is great, and I think both of you guys are open to it, which is awesome. But we will talk from people from different promotions. And Steve as well will and Trent and AAW, you guys will put over other promotions online as well. And you all kind of understand we're one big community. So I think that's going to be put on display here today.
Yeah, we've always said, a rising tide lifts all boats, right? Like, think about Trent's other world in music, right? Trent is not like, man, I hope every other band fails. Like,
yeah,
no, right? Like,
exactly.
Right, you hope that everybody's successful and everybody finds their niche, and right, like you can respect somebody doing something in your same world slightly differently, and appreciate them for what they do, and they appreciate you for what you do, and that's what we do.
You fulfill different, different desires of the fan base here. It's one of those things where like certain talent Steve brings in, we're not bringing in, and vice versa. So it's like the fans win in the end, right? They get to see Will Ospreay at Warrior. Right, but they'll see whatever John Moxley at AAW. So it's like it's cool stuff like that. It's like, hey, you could just cross town, you'll see a different stuff, and it's all peaceful and nobody's killing each other over it. We're doing it for the fun of the game, and we're trying to make our mark in all this and have a good time.
Yeah, and I think rarely too. I feel like you can there's enough dates to go around. You can get all 3 or 4 promotions that we talk about frequently, and even more.
I think that's Steve. You got to. I think you probably attest to this too. One thing I'm pretty impressed with is how, with all the even when we all have dealt with the fly by nights that have come in Chicago, because we've all been us and freelance and have been like the consistent ones. We've never really overlapped show days. We've all kind of found a way to like not bump into each other.
Yeah, rarely.
And I think that's on like you guys do a really good job. AAW does of having a set calendar, and freelance does the same. So us and VLP kind of come a little bit like more seasonal than yearly. Mm-hmm. And so like that's one of the things that we always look at when we're kicking around doing a new show is, all right, when's AAW running? When's freelance running? If we know when freelance underground is running, if all things being equal, we will avoid running at the same time or even the same weekend as much as humanly possible, right? There have been a couple shows where we've run the same night as you guys are freelance, just because like literally the first time we had Will Ospreay, he had one date in the month of December. And he's like, this is the date I can do. And we're like, all right, well, we're running a show that night. I mean, we're not saying no, right? But like with the exception of something like that, like, yeah, we actively try to stagger what we do so that the fans don't have to choose, right? People can go to everything.
Yeah. Exactly. We're spoiled. Speaking of shows, Trent, catch me up on what's going on at AEW. First of all, I know that Team Vega, baby. Team Vega since day one. We have physical audio recording evidence of that on the podcast. Team Vega is the double champ. And also John Moxley was there. So like what has been going on in the wild crazy
It's wild. Yeah, we got September 29th. We're going to be at Joe's on Weed Street. We're debuting there, which I think Zello has run before. I remember. I remember going to one of their shows there. So the building's not foreign to wrestling. I think you have to use a low boy ring for that one, but we're going to figure it out. Great card attached to that one. But yeah, we've been busy, man. Moxley showed up. That was interesting.
Wow.
And some good stuff's been going on. We've been doing a lot of work with Impact and things like that lately. A bunch of our folks were on Impact's tapings last loop around, so we've been doing that. Just keeping busy, more of the, just kind of playing nice with everybody. Like just hanging out with different promotions like this. Just hanging out and getting to know and seeing where we can all work together and have some fun and stay busy. So it's been, and we're coming up on year 20. You know, AAW is going to be 20 years old next March or April, I want to say. So that's our 20 years. So we're kind of leading, everything's marching to our 20 year now. So
Amazing.
Fun. Yeah, it's fun.
Wow.
And Davey Vega, yes, is running amok
Yes.
in the company with John Bravo. It's wild back there. A lot of wrangling needs to go on in the locker room because of all those guys.
Yeah, shout out to Vega. Shout out to John Moxley showing up and helping out his former friend, Robert Ego Anthony. So a lot of crazy stuff happened there. Manser bled everywhere, of course. Always worth watching again. If people want to watch that last show, where is that?
Highspots.tv. That's our exclusive partner. So just check on High Spots. The whole catalog's there, so you can check it all out.
Great.
So it's a good rewatch. It's a good rewatch for sure.
Amazing. What was the Zello date again? Or not Zello date again.
Oh,
what was we have a third member joining the pot. I'm joking.
Oh, no, it's a run-in.
Let's go running from
What was the Joe's on Wheat Street date again?
September 29th, Joe's on Wheat Street. I think doors are at 6:00, and come meet and greet and do whatever you got to do. Everybody's going to be there. It's going to be fun. We got a lot of talent announced for that one. It's going to be fun.
Awesome. At AAW Pro on Twitter.
Yes, sir.
Steve,
Yes.
Warrior is back. I saw.
Yeah, you guys announced one. There we go.
Yeah, speaking of an AAW legend, basically, Eddie Kingston has been announced versus Brian Keith, I believe.
Yep.
That's Chop City. What else you guys got cooking up?
So that's Friday, October 6th. We're in South Bend for that one, not Chicago. Okay. So about 90 miles down the road, down I-80. So we got Eddie Kingston versus Brian Keith, Konosuke Takeshita versus Storm Grayson, who freelance fans know, obviously. It's a freelance champ. Sky Blue versus Trevor Outlaw, whom both AAW and freelance fans should know pretty darn well. We've got Coda Hernandez versus Sabin Gage. Again, Chicago fans should know the two of them. Missa Kate versus Rachel Armstrong from Indianapolis. Jack Vaughn versus Jordan Cross, the luckiest punk in wrestling. I'm probably missing one or two there. But obviously the championship match. Casey Navarro with Frank the Clown defends the title against Encore Moore, coming to us from New York City. Encore Moore is one of those guys that we've had our eye on for literally like years as like, man, we've got to find the right way to get this guy out to a Warrior show because he's just so entertaining and so engaging. So that's going to be a really, really fun match. So, and South Bend has been a great venue for us and a great city. It's kind of become our second home. We've done a few others as well, but really that venue, if you guys have never seen the show there, it's an old theater in the round that they converted to an esports arena. So it looks a lot like where they used to shoot WCW Saturday Night, in that it's a theater in the round with seats that go up and kind of go all around three sides. Yeah. So it's so cool for the wrestlers because they see the whole audience, they hear everybody, and the sound and audio in there are really, really cool. So nice. Yep, that's Friday, October 6th, if anybody wants to make the drive from Chicago to South Bend.
I love it. And that Jack Vaughn guy, he's got some very funny.
Jack Vaughn is great.
Like, I think he's like big on the Instagram reels. Is that where I see him? But he's got like, he will do like versions of running the ropes, right? And there's like the old school way, but then he'll make fun of like versions of like big boots where like all the, you know, all the kids like will slap their legs. So he'll do that version. But I've seen his social media stuff.
He's great. He is absolutely hilarious. Jack, if anybody listening is not following Jack Vaughn, comedic gold when it comes to pointing out the irony in wrestling. So he's good stuff.
Yeah, that's great. No, you're bringing new faces. Same place, South Bend. Amazing. Tickets are warriorwrestling.net.
Yep.
Awesome. Great. Cool. Okay. Two shows. We're 14 minutes in. Check out those two shows, please. You, the listener, support these people. They're great dudes, and support all the staff and wrestlers on their show as well. All right, we're ready for the Wrestling Trivia Showdown.
Do I get to use my bell? You never confirmed if I'm using my bell. I have a bell.
If Chris dings, you can ding yourself.
Okay.
Pretty much like Trent's going to be arguing. He was like, "No, that's right." And he's going to be smacking his bell. This is the format is taken directly from Barstool Sports. Whatever you think about that company, obviously, you know, love them, hate them, etc. The format's very fun, and these people are great. So we're gonna have a good time. But I ripped that format right from it. It's a good format. I played with some coworkers earlier today, and I will explain the rules. So usually there's the reasons it's called the dozen. The reason is there's 12 rounds usually. We shortened it a little bit, save some time. We're doing 7 rounds plus a bonus round, so 8 rounds total. You're each going to get a question in that round. So, like for example, there you go. Chris is behind the scenes at home, and he's doing all the. If you're watching on YouTube, you're going to get graphics. The questions are going to pop up, etc.
Charlie, Chris is clearly not at home. He's in a very professional office environment.
That's true.
What are you talking about?
I was gonna say I'm not at home today, but yeah.
Chris lives at the Chris lives at the office. He's always working. So for example, the first round, we'll say the first round is wrestling themes. Okay. Let's say the first round is you're each Trent, let's say we're going to spin a wheel, but Trent gets the first question. I'll ask him a question. If he gets it right, he gets it right. If he doesn't, there's the wheel right there.
All right, there we go.
There's
Very
the wheel.
straightforward.
If Trent doesn't get it right, Steve has a chance to steal.
Okay.
So we'll go to Steve. Then in that same, we'll stick with wrestling themes, and then we'll ask a question to Steve. Steve will have his own question. If Steve gets it wrong, Trent will have a chance to steal. So except for the bonus round, each of you are going to get your own opportunity to score a point before the other person can steal. Whoever has the most points after all the questions obviously wins. Each correct answer is worth a point, unless it's the bonus round or something called the niche category round too, which I'll kind of explain when we get there. We're going to do 35 seconds to answer a question. Just give you a little bit more buffer. So when I played this, usually it's 30, give you the 35. When I played this with coworkers earlier, I felt like it took them just a little bit to pick up the game, and they weren't so used to quick thinking. So we'll give you a little bit of 5-second cushion.
And it's the honor system, right? No Google.
Yes, of course. Of course. Goes without saying. Don't look anything up. Don't look on your phone.
Right. Hands.
Exactly.
Charlie, I'm going to say, though, if one of the wrestling theme questions is whose song has the lyrics, I think I'm cute, I know I'm sexy, I got the looks to drive the girls wild, I'm really going to question how hard this trivia contest is.
I tried my best to make it a medium difficulty. Like, I want you to use your brains. I want you to use your brains, but I want you to be like, think about something for maybe 25 seconds, and then it'll come to you. Like that's the ideal, because I want points to be scored.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
When you mentioned themes a minute ago, my mind has just been going through a Rolodex of what are the most obscure ones I possibly know, and making sure that I know them.
Like, what was the Headbangers theme
with
again?
Lyrics. They all, back old school didn't have a lot of lyrics. So
It's true.
It's true.
Are you gonna hum, Charlie?
I'm going to sing very monotone.
I think I'm cute.
Yeah.
I know I'm sexy.
The taunting is allowed in between questions. Playful
Excellent.
Taunting, of course. You guys are here to have fun. I'm going to ask for your final answer.
This is the man of the cloth. You want me to taunt a man of the cloth? I can't do that. I mean,
I was going to say, can I cheer him on to get into his head? Like, I believe in you, Trent.
Reverse
that just freaked me out. I'm like, no.
Is that what you do to your students, Steve? No, I'm joking.
No, that's just vicious taunting.
I'm going to ask for your final answer. I will accept your final. So you can say something out loud, and then once you final it, or if I say, is that your final answer? You say yes or final, then I'll accept it. If I don't hear anything, I will. When the timer runs out, I'll just take whatever I heard last. Okay. Bonus round, we can explain it when we get to it, just to kind of get things going. You do have 2 lifelines. You can't use a lifeline on a steal. You can only use 1 lifeline per question given to you. So per round, basically.
What are the lifelines?
The lifelines are the double dip, which is you get to give 2 answers. So you can say, okay, I'm between 2 things. I'm going to give my first answer, and then the clock will reset, and you'll be able to get another answer in.
Okay.
That's the double dip. You at any time the clock is going. If I say like, okay, there's 10 seconds left, 5 seconds left, you can just be like, okay, I want to use my double dip, but you got to give me your first answer. and then you can go get a second too. Think about it, get a second answer. And then there's the phone a friend. Phone a friend. I did reach out to both of you ahead of time. I don't know if you have anyone ready on the ready, but there's the phone a friend. We'll put them on speaker. We'll give them enough time to hear the question before I start a new timer. I can start a new timer.
Okay.
Oh man. Okay.
Were we supposed to give you a person ahead of time?
I no, but I did message both of you to say that there is a phone a friend.
I missed that. Steve,
I
did you
missed
get
that too. No,
we both missed that, Charlie.
I'm pretty sure I did.
I'm trying to. I'm not doubting it. I'm trying to think who I'm going to message.
I mean, Dr. Keith is going to get a phone call really late
Absolutely.
at night.
It's
And so is
that's not
Eric.
even fair. He's got a ringer.
Dr. Keith has a bathroom themed after WCW 1992. That guy is my absolute go-to phone a friend.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
So I would say, can you text that person and just say, hey, are you available with it?
Okay.
I'm going to call you maybe within the next, 30 minutes, 40 minutes with a question. Just pick up your phone, because if the person does not answer your call, the lifeline is bricked and you don't get to use it.
Fair enough. Okay.
Even if they call you back immediately. So they got to pick up.
Okay.
I'm texting my friend Jake right now.
Jake Roberts.
Jake, the Snake Roberts. He wouldn't remember jack shit. He'd be useless.
Yeah, that's true.
But when I want to fought Bundy in Boston, let me tell you about that instead. Oh shit, man! I got 30 seconds here, Snake.
Okay.
Oh man, the four of us should talk more frequently.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
I've derived great joy
Over
from
tacos,
even
I'm
the
down.
preamble. Yeah. Well, no, that's just a me and Trent thing. You guys aren't invited to food.
Wow.
Tacos are where business happens. You guys want to keep some mystery for the business? Don't come to tacos.
I love how Chris of Mines immediately went to, that place across from Berwyn. Like, just immediate, like.
All right.
Hey,
My
Steve,
phone friend is locked in. So he's
All
good.
right.
you're locked in. I'm waiting on Dr. Keith to go, but we don't have to wait. Let's go.
Okay, yeah,
I don't want to hold up.
You can wait to use it later if you need to.
Yeah.
And you can only use one lifeline per. I said that already.
Per question. Okay.
Is that music?
Per question or total?
It is. Are you getting ready?
You just can't use this per round, basically. One lifeline.
Oh man, that's too liberal. I think like one of each lifeline total across the 7.
No, that's what I meant. Sorry, that's what I meant.
Okay.
Well, yes, but you can't double them with the same question. You can't be like,
Got it.
I want to double dip with a phone a friend. That's what I mean.
But we only get one phone a friend total and
One
one
phone a friend total, one
double
double
dip
dip
total.
total. And you can't use them on the niche category round. And the bonus round's a little different. You won't get to use it there either. But
Dr. Keith knew immediately. He's like, "Of course you can. This is against Steve Warrior, right?"
Steve Warrior.
Steve Warrior.
Amazing.
All right, I'm locked in too. We're good.
Okay, cool. All right, it's time to play the dozen trivia.
All right. We'll go
let's,
spin the wheel first?
Should we spin the wheel? Let's spin the wheel. This is to see who goes first.
Make a deal. Spin the wheel. Make it. Here we go.
Whoever it
I
lands
love that
on.
there's a wheel.
Oh, Steve.
All right.
There we go.
Although first is not good, so I don't know why I was celebrating
Well,
that.
we'll see.
All right, I'll read the question and then I'll start the timer after I'm done reading the question. The first round is quotes from memorable promos.
Okay. They're gonna say memorable poems. I'm like, damn. All right. Well,
All
I
legal
finished
Lanny
on
Poffo.
midnight dreary while I wonder. Okay.
No, come on. No teacher jokes. No, you can't.
Oh.
I'm joking.
You're taking away half my shtick.
All right, quotes from memorable promos for Steve. Remember, the Trent can steal it if he gets it wrong, okay? All right. Fill in the blanks for this paraphrased promo. Hard times is when a man works at a job 30 years. 30 years. They give him a blank, kick him in the butt, and say, hey, a blank took your place, Daddy. That's hard times.
I think it's Pink Slip and either Robot or Machine in the second one.
Okay.
I'll go with Robot.
Wait.
No?
We got to wait for the final answer, Chris.
Oh. Okay.
That was probably going to be your final answer, Steve?
Yeah, that's fine. I'll lock that in.
Okay.
Wrong or not?
That is incorrect.
Okay.
Now it is to Trent to steal. It has to be in the order. Fill in the blanks.
They give him a watch, kick him in the butt, and say, "Hey, a computer took your place, Daddy." That's hard times.
Final?
I'm iffy on the watch thing, but yes, final. I know the computer one's right for sure, though.
That is correct.
Is it correct?
Nice.
I was before this question. I was about to say, if it is the Hard Times promo, I am going to give you a watch and kick you in the butt next time.
It was a memorable promo, but I made it a little bit right. I made it a little like the specifics of it. Yeah,
that was the first time I saw Dusty Rhodes in a suit. Was that promo? I was
Yeah.
like, what's he doing in a suit? And I remember, from what I hear, Flair gave him like shit for it. Like, he shouldn't be in a suit. Nobody wants you in a suit. You're the working man. That was like, I remember him saying that. He's like, what are you doing in a suit?
Should have showed up in overall, the dirty overalls. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. This next one is for.
Are we spinning? We spin every round? Is that what we're doing? Oh.
No. Next one is for Trent. Quotes from memorable promos. Here's the question. After winning the King of the Ring, Steve Austin cut his infamous Austin 316 promo, where he made fun of Jake the Snake quoting verses from the Bible. What were the actual 2 books of the Bible that Austin mentioned in his promo?
You have a man of religion against me. Asking me this. You are
25 seconds.
You guys are cruel. Okay. John 3:16 was one of them. I know that. Because that's where Elite Sauce 3:16. God, man, I don't know. Hold on. How much time? What's my timer here? Give me
5 seconds.
Oh shoot. John 3:16 and Matthew 5. I don't know, man. I am off. No,
timer is up. That is incorrect.
Yeah.
There is before I pass over to Steele, there is a little bit of strategy, right? Going on. I'll explain that at the end. Steve, the question is to you.
The 2 things mentioned are John 3:16 and Psalms.
Final? That is correct.
I would hope you have that one right, Steve. I really.
We are tied.
I don't know it from any religious thing. I just know it from Austin. Like that one, the way the watch sticks out for you from Hard Times. Like I can hear Austin in my mind.
Yeah. Talk about your Psalms. Talk about your John.
That's right. Talk about your Psalms. Yeah.
So that's great. I love it. I love that we're even. A little bit of strategy, Trent, that you'll notice is you were talking through it out loud, which you can talk out through it out loud or in your head. You were talking through it. You gave, if Steve didn't know John, you would have gave him that answer. So there's a little bit of that. This is just, I'm just pointing this out. Like the chance to steal gives a little bit of that. Like, should I, if I really don't know it, should I even give someone a hint and say it out loud, et cetera, et cetera.
Okay. Good to know.
Yeah. It's a good first round, guys. Remember, you still have your double dip and phone a friend as well. We can get into the second round, which is. So the request was post Attitude Era Indies was a request from one of you. I kind of built these questions based off your request. So we did that, but we went with ROH specifically. ROH post Attitude Era Indies.
Okay.
All right. Steve went first last time, so now Trent's going to go first this time. And that's the reason why we're doing that. Okay, 35 seconds after I read the question. For Trent, in 2005, at ROH Manhattan Mayhem, Samoa Joe defeated this wrestler to win the ROH Pure title.
Oh, man. The Pure Championship. Oh, my God.
25 seconds.
Shoot. Damn it. Man, hold on. I'm going to call Dr. Keith on this one because I can't.
Okay, we're doing a phone a friend.
I'm doing a phone a friend. I can't get this.
Yeah, there's only 5 rounds you can use them because the niche is one and the bonus round is one. Oh, no. There's 6.
Let's call Dr. Keith. I am embarrassed to not know this one off the top of my head. So I just put him on speaker. Is that it?
You can put him on speaker, yes, so we can hear him.
Okay. All right, here we go.
Are you calling?
Yeah, I'm calling him right now.
All right. Let me see. If he doesn't pick up, it will be bricked. So hopefully he does.
Okay.
There we go.
Jack Keith.
Dr. Keith, I am I'm calling you very early in the process here, but I am blanking on a question. So
Okay.
you're my phone a friend, and I shouldn't be blanking on this, but I'm coming to you for it.
It's all good. Good phone. Good
right.
use of a lifeline.
I'm going to use. All right. So can I go ahead and read in the question now? Is that
Yeah. Can you see it?
Yeah. Yeah, I can see it here. Okay.
After you're done reading it, I'll just hit the 35-second mark. You have to hang up
35 seconds after I read it for you to answer, and then I have to hang up with you.
Yep. You have to hang up at 35 seconds, and then you'll get extra time to give an answer too.
Okay.
All right. So go for it on your own.
All right, here we go, Keith. In 2005, at Ring of Honor's Manhattan Mayhem, Samoa Joe defeated this wrestler to win the ROH Pure title. I am blanking completely.
Wasn't it Nigel? I want to say it's Nigel McGuinness. I don't want to be one of those damn dirty cheats that goes on the internet for this.
Please don't.
I think Nigel had the Pure title, and then Joe won it from him.
Okay, we're gonna. All right, sounds good, Keith. Thank you, sir.
Not a problem. I'm gonna check it right now and then go Joe. I bet.
Thank you.
Thank you, Keith, for being you.
AEW coming up next Friday.
There you go. There's a plug.
There it is. Always be selling. I love it. Okay, I'm going to give you 35 seconds. He said Nigel, but you can have a chance to think it over and give your final.
Okay.
Clock started.
All right, clock start. I don't think it's Nigel. I'm trying to remember who it is. I have 35 seconds here. Okay.
25 now.
25. Shoot. I'll just lock in with Nigel. I can't think of who else it is. I was there during that time, but I'm going to say final. Nigel, final.
Wait, that's incorrect, Chris.
Oh.
Chris clicked the wrong button.
No, that was Trent clicking his own bell.
I hit my bell to say locked in. Final answer. That's
Wait,
what I was doing.
don't say what it is. Don't show what it is. Oh, Trent hit his bell. Okay.
Yeah.
Trent hit his bell. I'm sorry. Chris, I apologize. I love you. All right.
I'm with you, Trent. I'm with you.
Chance deal for Steve, 35 seconds.
Okay, so I'm going to talk mine out because he already did his. I was thinking Nigel as well because I know Nigel had it around that time. I know Joe Kobashi is also 05, but I don't think Kobashi had a title for any reason. Aries beats Joe for the world title in early 05.
Mm-hmm.
If it's not Nigel, I don't think it's Kobashi. I'll go with Danielson, Bryan Danielson.
Final?
That
is incorrect.
Answer
is Jay Lethal.
Jay Lethal, yeah.
Oh, wow. I don't remember him having the Pure title at all.
I didn't either. I was like, wait, Lethal had the Pure title? What the hell? I totally forgot that. And I'm pretty sure I have the DVD right there. On it, right there.
I want to say you guys' thought process, though, spot on, right? Go for a lifeline if I'm blanking. And Steve was even working on his head. I mean, you both said champions like in that year that had that belt, I'm pretty sure, when I was doing my research. So you guys are right there.
I think Nigel was the following year, and then Danielson beat Nigel. It was 06 when they had that one in Europe or in England. That was 06, I want to say. That's where we're off by a year.
All right, going to Steve now. Same category. In 2006, at Death Before Dishonor 4, Nigel McGuinness defeated this wrestler by count out to retain the ROH Pure title.
I mean, based on the conversation we just had, so we know he has the feud with Danielson in 06. Is there somebody else hanging around in there? I don't think so. I'm just going to not overthink it and go Bryan Danielson again.
Final? That is incorrect. All good. Same question to Trent. I think you can read it. I'll start the timer now.
I'm going to go with 06. Man, I'm going to say Aries on this one. Austin Aries.
Final.
Yep.
That is also incorrect.
Man, we are off, Steve, on the ROH.
The answer is Roderick Strong.
I was literally thinking that too. I was like, it's gotta be Roderick.
Well, I briefly thought like Alex Shelley because he's around in like 04, 05 into 06, and yeah, it's just Pure title is tough.
Those were because there's probably so much. I mean, you guys probably watched so many shows in that year. It's hard to nail down exactly the one. So no, it's all good.
Damn it! I should have known Roderick. It was on my tip of my brain.
That means I think I wrote a decent question. If like
you did,
if you're like your mind is right there, but either gets there or it doesn't. As long as I can get your mind halfway there, I think it's a decent question.
The Pure is one that's really not talked about a lot. They really don't focus on it a ton. So that's a good smart move there, Charlie. Because everybody knows the world title, but yeah.
Okay, good. All right, now it's time for me to sing in a song's tone. The round.
Do we spin the wheel or we alternate?
Say again.
Do we spin the wheel or do we alternate?
No, we just alternate from here.
Okay, got it.
Just need to spin the wheel once. So, who went first that other time? I believe Trent went first the other time, so we're going to go back to Steve. Trent has used his phone a friend. The score is 1-1. There's double dips and left, but you can only use it on your question, not the steal. All right. What's the category? It is theme songs.
Oh man.
Or entrance themes. Entrance music, basically. Entrance music. All right. You can ask me to repeat. You have up to 3 repeats. Okay. This is for you, Steve.
All right.
Name the wrestler who at one point in their career had a theme song with these pre-chorus lyrics. Okay. It goes, not gonna listen to anybody telling me who and what to be, not trying to be like everybody, tired of playing make believe.
That is my time for Triple H. Final answer.
That is correct.
That is correct. Yeah.
I actually prefer that to either of his Motorhead themes. I think
100% agree.
I like that one too.
100% agree.
Same band as the DX song, right? The same guy singing, isn't it?
The Chris Warren band, I think. Yeah.
Is that what they actually had a name? I didn't even know that.
I don't know if they played anything else, but I remember that name. I remember weird stuff.
You guys are men of good taste. I think that's my favorite Triple H theme by far. One of my favorite themes of all time. Nice. Okay, to Trent now. Trent, you still have your double dip if you need it.
If needed, we'll see.
I'm going to sing. Name the wrestler who at one point in their career had a theme song with these pre-chorus lyrics. And the lyrics are, they try so hard to follow, but no one can. Inside, you're all so hollow. You understand.
Man. Oh. Inside, you're also. Jeez. Oh man. I'm singing it in my head. Just bear with me here.
You got 20 seconds. I started a little late.
Shoot, man. Oof. I don't know. I'm just gonna throw anything out there, man. Is it Christian Cage? Is Christian?
Final. That is incorrect.
Yeah.
And I'll start it. Give you 38 seconds.
That's Steel, Steve. I think you should know.
Steve, Steel to you. Inside, you're all so hollow. And then just sing it from there.
I'm going to throw a random shot in the dark. Is that an early Dolph Ziggler theme? Final answer.
That is also incorrect.
Ooh, what's the song?
The answer is Randy Orton's Burning My Light.
Oh, man.
You understand. Hey, nothing you can say. Nothing's gonna take what you've done to me.
What year would that be? Was that his first title run?
I know. No, maybe. It was when he was doing Legend Killer stuff, I believe.
See, I remember that starting with the hey. I don't remember there being words before that. I'm not doubting that there are.
No, it
I
started.
don't remember it.
It started, yeah. So I guess there was a hey to start, but those lyrics lead right into a chorus. So
gotcha. Yeah, no, I don't doubt it whatsoever. I just completely don't have that in my mind.
Yeah. I was really watching more TNA at this time.
All right, 2-1. Little point score, a little stumble out of the gates in some areas. All good.
Okay, what do we got?
It's time for, before we get into rounds 4, 5, 6, and 7, it's time for the bonus round.
Oh, already. Okay.
It's a little music to lead into that. All right. Based on by popular demand, sort of. The bonus round theme is WCW World War III 1997.
Oh man, what a year!
What a year!
What a year!
What a pay-per-view
For wrestling. 97 was a year, man.
Okay,
I'm gonna say.
So here's how it's gonna work. There's gonna be one question, and 24 answers for that question. We're going to go. We're going to go penalty shootout style.
Okay.
Best of 5. If it goes past best of 5, it's sudden death. Right. We're going to start with Trent. Here's the list of answers that you can choose from. Okay. Now listen to me carefully, because there's little specifics on names and things like that. You're going to be guessing wrestlers' names, or gimmick names, ring names, etc.
Mm-hmm.
For the battle royal that took place at WCW World War III 1997, you're going to name the first 24 contestants in alphabetical order in that three ring madness.
What?
Are
you out of your mind?
They all were started in the ring. Remember, it's not a Royal Rumble. Battle Royal, they all started in the ring. So you're thinking that roster who was in that match, alphabetical order. That's what you're thinking. Okay. There's going to be 35 seconds for each person to answer, right? And it's going to be penalty shootout style. So 3 corrects could beat 2 corrects within 5, etc.
Okay.
I want to point out that the nicknames do not count. So like he's not in the match, but and he's not within the 24 alphabetical, but Roddy Piper, I would just be accepting Roddy Piper, not Roddy Piper. Okay. If that makes sense. So
you're saying just name out, just go alphabetically and just name out names.
Yes.
It is okay.
The word the does not count.
Okay.
But the word L does. EL, the Spanish.
Okay.
And I need their current, at that time, their current ring name. Tag team names don't count. So you can't be like one half of this. I need like that person's ring name. Okay.
And I have to go up each letter in order. If I can I
no. It's just a list of 24. You just got to hit one on the list. You don't have to go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But I sorted, I took everyone who's in that match. I sorted it alphabetically, and then I took the top 24, and that's the pool you're picking from.
Okay. So
any questions?
I don't think so, but that was a lot of rules.
It's a little bit of a complex category, but I felt like what's a pay-per-view with a shit ton of answers? There was a lot of people in those 3 rings. So
yeah, there were.
That's kind of what I went with. Okay. We're going to start with Trent. All right. Starting the timer now.
Did you say a name? Alex Wright?
Alex Wright is correct.
Okay. And do I keep going? Is that what it is?
No. So
now I have to say, does it have to be the next one in order, or just has to come after Alex Wright?
Just has to come after Alex Wright, but I guess you don't know where the end is of the list of 24.
Gotcha.
Got it. Okay. So,
okay. So Steve now. Timer started.
How long do I have?
30 seconds.
Diamond Dallas Page.
Final.
Let
me look at the D's. That is also correct. Whew. I'm just to keep track. I'm just jumping back and forth. So give me a second. Okay, back to Trent.
Let's go with the Giant.
Damn it. That was mine.
Final?
Yeah, final.
That is also correct.
Okay.
So I gotta mark him off, and then I gotta jump over here. So there's just a little bit of back and forth, me tallying this up, but back to Steve's timer starts now.
Ming.
Ooh, good one, yeah.
So your final. Ming is not on the list. He's probably too far down. So that's a good reference point on the alphabet of how far the list goes.
Oh, okay. My turn.
Trent.
Booker T.
Booker T is correct. Thank you, Chris.
But I
Take
thought we
that.
couldn't go back alphabetically.
So what he did is he took all of the names that were in that battle royal and just alphabetically sorted
I
them out
just sorted
and only
them,
grabbed the top
and I took the
24.
first 24.
I see.
Yeah,
Okay,
so
in
any
my
of the
mind,
24.
I thought you had to go like from an A to a B to a. Got it. Now I understand.
Yeah.
No, you don't have to go in order.
Got it. Okay.
It's just
We only
pull
have
from the
the
list.
top 24 in alpha order.
That is correct. That is. Sorry for any confusion.
No. That's fine.
Are we going for a certain time, or are we?
Yeah. I'm
still trying to get all
so
24?
Trent has 3 right. Steve has 1. So Steve needs to keep pace with another.
Okay,
another
so
one right here. I'm gonna start the timer now.
Oh gosh. Okay. So I think would have been in there.
Come on, Steve. You were there, man. You were watching this.
I wasn't. We can get into that later. All right. So I know. So it seems like Ming is too far with an M-E.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna
10 seconds.
shoot. I'm gonna go up just the same letter but different vowel to Macho Man. Actually, no, that wouldn't count because you don't do the nickname.
1 second.
Nothing. Pass.
Okay. That is miss. Macho Man was the answer taken, but still a miss. So you got Macho Man in, but that was still a miss.
Yep.
It goes back to Trent.
Chavo Guerrero.
Final.
Ooh.
Yeah, that is correct. Chavo Guerrero Jr. is on that list. I think the best that Steve. 1, 2, 3. Trent has 4 right. Oh, and that I believe that's a bonus round because Steve can only get 3 right total. So that is 2 points awarded to Trent.
Nice. I love that was WCW guys. Clearly, the NWO. That was it. I still have several NWO T-shirts from that time, including the rare tie-dye one. Very rare tie-dye NWO shirt, which Nash wore one time during the summertime shows, and I bought it.
Congrats to Trent for winning that. The score is 3-2. So Trent scored 2 points there in the bonus round and has now taken the lead. He was down 2-1. Now score is right. No, he was down. Yes. Yep. The score is 3-2. Still plenty of game left. Other people on the list were Barbarian, Barry Darsow, Bobby Blaze, Brad Armstrong, Buff Bagwell, Chris Adams, Chris Benoit, Chris Jericho, Ciclope, Kurt Hennig, Damien, Dean Malenko, Disco Inferno, Eddie Guerrero, El Dandy, Ernest Miller, Fit Finley, Glacier, and Greg Valentine was the last one.
Okay.
Hey, did you guys know that this year, 97, Dean Malenko was the #1 ranked wrestler in PWI 500 in 1997?
Wow.
Dean Malenko was.
It was very different.
Man of 1,000 holds.
Yeah.
He had a killer 97. I mean,
he did.
Deserved.
He did. It was just, but it shocked the hell out of everybody. They're like, Malenko, what the hell?
From an in-ring standpoint, I think you can make that argument.
Oh, Dean was great.
Yeah, he was great. Missing a promo, missing maybe a little bit of flair, but fantastic wrestler. Okay. All right, guys, how are we feeling? We're at the halfway point. We'll fly through 4, 5, 6, and 7 to get Steve out of here. How are we having fun?
Yeah, this is great.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Once again, AAW Pro on Twitter, warriorwrestling.net. Those are just the things that come to mind. Warrior Wrestling is always on Twitter. Check in on those shows and dates and support them. Getting into round number 4, which is the Monday Night Wars.
Oh man!
And I think we're spread. There's a little WCW, but we're gonna spread the love as well. And then niche category will be after that. All right, Monday Night Wars. I believe Trent went first on the bonus round, so we're gonna have Steve go first here. Steve, unfortunately, sorry, it's a WCW question, but
okay. I don't not know any of them. It's just there's pockets. I can explain my watching pattern later on.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I want to hear.
I tried to kind of spread it out. Okay. The question is, in 1995, WCW dressed up Jerry Lynn in a purple luchador costume and had him wrestle under what name?
Oh
35
gosh.
seconds.
I'm gonna go with the Phantom.
Is that your final?
Final.
Incorrect. Trent, to you to steal.
Mr. JL.
Final.
Final answer.
That is correct. As he rings his own bell.
I had to ring bell because it's considered one of the worst blunders in WCW that you had Jerry Lynn and you made him a fake luchador. Doesn't make sense. And the genius creative was, what do we call him? Mr. JL. Mr. Jerry Lynn.
That must have taken 5 seconds to think of that. I wrote that down on a post-it.
Terrible.
Amazing. All right, now to Trent's question, Monday Night Wars as well. Steve will have an opportunity to steal if Trent does not get it. The question is, in May of 1998, Don Callis, known as the Jackal, formed a stable of freak show characters that included John Tenta wearing a mask and wrestling under what name?
Golga. Final answer.
That is correct.
Golga, yeah. God damn. That was a weird. And they had the ICP with them.
ICP and then Kurgan and what's her name? Luna Vachon.
Yeah, Luna was there too.
It was the Oddities.
The Oddities, yeah.
The Oddities.
What
Trent pulls
group.
away with 2 Monday Night War questions, 5-2. But there is still Trent has a double dip. Steve has both lifelines.
And remind me, double dip was we get a different question in the same category?
No, you get 2. You can give 2 answers.
Oh,
like,
okay.
I think it's this and this kind of.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Charlie, just to clarify, Trent is 4-2, right?
No,
he got 2 points. He stole mine and got his.
He got his own and he stole Steve's.
Oh, got it.
It's 5-2.
All right.
The niche category round, each question is worth 2. So there's a little bit of time. You got to get your own, Steve, for sure. Maybe steal Trent's.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can use, we can't use lifelines in the niche category round, which is next. Mm-hmm. And then there's round 6 and round 7. You got some lifelines to use. 1 lifeline per round. Okay. We went Steve first on that one. This is going to go to Trent. So I'll read his niche. His niche specifically is, surprise, surprise, Impact TNA is his niche. If you know him.
Just sidebar for a second. I mean, I am to this day, like I have a TNA mouse pad. I have an Impact Wrestling ruler at my desk.
Oh my God, a ruler.
Okay, I'm a freaking
Look at him,
nerd.
Steve. He's ready for first day of class.
I am ready. I got the Aces and Eights keychain at my desk here. I mean,
Aces
guys,
and Eights. Wow.
Oh, wow.
Does not mess around.
It's the one I watched from day one. I was a TNA guy. And watch me get this question wrong. Just watch that.
If I can stump you, remember in the niche, no lifelines can be used. This is your niche. It's a very specific to your niche, and the theory is like you should know it.
I'm gonna punch him.
We'll see. I mean, I blank all the time. So here is the question for Trent. This current New Japan Pro Wrestling wrestler won his only X Division title when he defeated Austin Aries in March of 2014.
New Japan wrestler won his only X Division title. Beat Aries in 2014.
March.
And he's in damn it. Oh my God.
20 seconds.
Oh, and he's New Japan now, full time.
Should be, yeah.
Jesus Christ. 2014.
If he's not, then I messed up. 6 seconds.
Oh my God. No, I was gonna say Sonata, but it's not Sonata. No, I'm off. Yeah, I said Sonata, but I know it's not.
I'm gonna take the last thing. The answer is Sonata.
Is it Sonata?
Yeah,
Oh shoot, yeah. Wow.
I take the last thing that I heard. That's the rule. The answer is Sonata.
I didn't think he was there that far. I forgot he was there that far back.
That is 2 points scored to Trent.
Holy crap!
At least you threw something out. You threw something out.
I honestly, man, I'm shocked he was there that long ago. 10 years just went by. It feels like.
Yeah, even if you dismissed it, that's the last thing I heard, so that's what I'm going to take.
Yeah.
The answer is, or the question for niche, Steve's niche is WWF title lineage. WWF title lineage. All right. So you ready, Steve?
Nope.
Although he was WWF champion in 1978, this wrestler also became WWF champion at the 1994 Survivor Series before dropping the belt on a house show at a later date.
Who is Bob Backlund? Final answer.
That is correct. Ripped it.
Nice. Oh man, what a moment! Did you watch that one, Steve? When that happened?
Not live. Not.
my God.
Years later, I watched it. Yeah.
Oh God, I remember. I was in tears at Survivor Series '94 when he beat Brett for that title, and Owen convinced his mom to throw a title. He's like, "Oh, he's hurting," and like, "Oh my God, Owen's turning good. Oh God, they're gonna be brothers again." Then he just turned on. Oh my God. Devastating Thanksgiving that year. I was a wreck the next man. I was an absolute wreck. No turkey. I didn't want.
I didn't want anything. I'll be.
I didn't want anything. I was a mess.
Amazing, great story. Trent known, Sting known, Brett Stan.
Big time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna score 7-4. Trent. Steve's gonna need some steals upcoming.
Mm-hmm.
We are in round 6 of 7. This round is the golden era, 85 to 92.
Oh, man,
85 to 92, the golden era, round 6.
Golden era.
We're going to start with Steve on this one. Here is the question. At WrestleMania 7 in 1991, Jake the Snake Roberts and Rick Martel wrestled in a match with odd stipulations where many punches were missed. What type of match did they wrestle?
Did they wrestle with one hand tied behind their back? That is my final answer.
Unfortunately, that is incorrect. And it goes to Trent to steal.
Blindfold match, or like a hooded blindfold match. Yeah.
Final?
Yeah. Final. Yeah.
That is correct.
Ugh.
Blindfold match.
You know why I remember that, Steve? I'll tell you exactly why. It's more tattooed in my brain than
He's
normal.
got the tidbits of knowledge.
I'll tell you why. Because
Let him go. He's cooking.
WrestleMania 10, they did during WrestleMania 10's broadcast, they did a little recap of like a highlight of each WrestleMania leading up to it.
Yeah.
And that was the WrestleMania 7 highlight. And they're like, and they showed it in slow motion. And I was like, huh. And I hadn't seen 7 at that point. I was like, wow, that's really weird. And I went and rented
weird
it.
thing. Yeah.
It was a weird thing. And I went back and rented it later that weekend. So that's what that was.
That's where I should have used my phone a friend because my buddy Jake, that's his era. So I failed there, but
you still got some. Yeah.
If you don't, I would say so you can use one lifeline next in round 7.
Yeah.
Use one of those. I would suggest. And we're going on to Trent's golden era question, which is kind of a similar. If you notice, I'm trying to write 2 similar difficulty questions. It's kind of
cool.
Kind of the shtick. All right. Trent, at WrestleMania 2 in 1986, Corporal Kirchner wrestled Nikolai Volkov in a type of match that allowed the winner to celebrate their victory with a specific object in hand. What type of match was this?
Is it a flag match? Final answer?
That is correct.
Yeah. I got a tidbit on this one. You want to hear a quick thing?
Yeah.
Corporal Kirchner is the uncle of Michelle, the former AAW merch girl.
Whoa.
And she didn't tell us that till like
the
2
lovely
years
Michelle.
ago. Lovely Michelle. Till like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
She literally just revealed that to us like casually. We're like, wait, the guy who became Leatherface in Japan was your uncle? It's like, yeah, you know. Thanksgiving's fun. Christmas is fun with him. He has stories. And it's like, what?
Wow.
How did you not tell anybody this? Really weird.
Definitely. That is a strange story.
Very strange connection on that one.
Score is 9-4. We're going to play out the last round as well because we got a special surprise for you on this round. The round is last and final round. Round 7 is local indies history.
Oh shoot!
And there's a little bit of a theme here. I hope you guys should be able to guess.
We screw this up, Steve. Dave Prazak's going to come out of nowhere and choke us both to death.
All right. We went with Steve first on the other one. We're going to go Trent on this. Trent, you're getting a Warrior Wrestling question.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, okay.
All right.
All right. And both of these, a little, obviously, a little bit more history for one promotion or the other, but both have taken place since this since this podcast has been going on. So, Trent, here's your question.
Cool. I like this.
At Warrior Wrestling 1, this former WWE and International wrestler faced Jack Swagger in a no DQ main event.
An international wrestler. Was it Alberto El Patron? Del Rio El Patron? Final answer?
That is correct.
Was he? Steve, I paid attention. When
go.
that card got released, I was like, who the fuck is this guy? Like, who the hell is Warrior Wrestling? I'm like, he's got who? I was like, everybody was like that.
Chris and Charlie called me too, and they're like, can we talk to you, or are you real? Like there was a lot of...
yeah, didn't we do some kind of, did we really give you a ring before we recorded?
Oh, absolutely. You called me to be like, is this for real? I was like, yes.
Steve, I'll tell you from the other side of things, nobody thought it was right. Everybody's like, he's got what? I mean, the list of Warrior 1 was like, you're kidding me right now. What? Like, where, out of nowhere, like the buzz from every other promoter was like,
what?
Who?
Yes.
People thought it was like a scam, but it ended up being
I remember you guys telling me that. You're like, everyone thinks this is a scam. I was like, oh, tell everybody it's not.
The reason was, I don't know if, and we could definitely talk about this on another appearance we do, but years ago there was a super fed proposed back in the Indies. I wasn't working in the Indies, so I was just a fan, but the super fed, which was like gonna rival WWE, and here's this amazing roster of anybody who's not under a contract in 2003. That's what it felt like when you revealed your card. It's like, holy shit, it's the super fed all over again. Like, they had a press conference at the Hyatt. This is wacky.
Wow.
Oh yeah. This is
who was
wacky
behind
stuff.
it?
I forgot, man. Some guy. Dave Prazak and I were briefly talking about it. Like, he's got more details on it. I remember when it was announced, it was buck wild around here. So like, yeah, dig into that one when you're just shooting around. But we'll definitely talk about it at some point. That's a story.
I want to learn more.
Yeah.
All right, Charlie, what do you got for me?
The last one you can go to. Can you watch that Alberto versus Swagger on demand?
On demand?
It might be on PWTV right now. It's going to end up on Fight Plus because we're moving everything over to Fight Plus.
Okay.
I'd have to see if it's available right. I think so, but I'm not positive.
Okay.
I thought I saw all you guys' stuff at PWTV.
Yeah, I think it's on PWTV, but I'm not positive. I'd have to ask Henry. Henry does all of our video stuff.
All right. You, the listener, go try and hunt that down. This is the last question. It's an AAW question for Steve. And it can be stolen as well. But we want Steve to answer this.
I'm hoping it's. I don't want to let you down, Trent.
I'm gonna give you.
So I'll remind you, I got yours right, Steve. It just showed me how, as a friend.
I know.
This was business aside. As a friend, I remembered yours.
Steve, I'm gonna give you a little. I'll give you a little hint too. I'll add a little context.
Okay. I'm gonna use my double dip too if I need to.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Throwing all my guns at it.
The answer is read too, but listen to my voice. I'm going to give you a little extra context too. The question is on night 2.
Okay.
On night 2 of the 2016 JLMT Jim Lynam Memorial Tournament, Chris Hero defeated this international wrestler to become the winner of the JLMT. Now, international, he's specifically European.
So I think I know the answer. I'm going to talk it through. I was there at night 1. I believe night 1 was at Bourbon Street. Night 2 might have been at Berwyn. I remember night 1 because I think Eric and I heckled the person who Hero defeated, if I'm correct. And if so, I'll tell you that story in a moment. I'm going to go with Zack Sabre Jr. Final answer.
That is correct. ZSJ.
ZSJ.
I had a little European because I'm thinking like, if you were between two people, the international, and people's mind might go exactly into Phoenix.
It would have gone to the Lucha Brothers immediately.
I would have thought Penta Phoenix because of fall 16 in AAW, but I probably would have gotten a ZSJ anyway because we were there for night 1. Eric and I were there. We did not get to go to night 2, but on night 1, and this might skew people different ways depending on what their politics are, but ZSJ's politics are very clear. ZSJ was wrestling somebody in the first round, and this is like September of 2016, and Eric and I started chanting Brexit at the ring.
Oh no! Oh no!
And ZSJ is a big Labor Party guy, like
Yeah.
very, very prominent and very, very outspoken. He stopped whatever he was doing mid-match and didn't see us, but looked in whatever our vicinity was and goes, "You Americans just effing wait till November," which was the election of Trump.
Okay.
And to which point he yelled at the crowd, and Eric and I were like, "Oh, he's probably right."
Oh,
So this moment of like, we thought we were just having fun with him, and he was angry that we chanted Brexit in 115 Bourbon Street.
and he was right.
Not only did I know the answer, but Trent, I was there for night one of the JLMT that year.
I want to say it might have been one of the first times we may have briefly even spoken that night. I know there was a show that when I first met you is when we talked at a show one time because you had asked me something, or I'm trying to remember. I remember actually no, I think the first time we ever spoke was at Logan one time. You guys were there at Logan Square.
Okay.
And I think that's what it was. But yeah, that's funny.
Look at that. You guys got each other's questions.
Yeah. Steve, cheers.
Yeah, cheers.
Amazing.
Water.
Dude supporting dudes. The final score is 10-5. Trent, congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Congratulations on winning the first ever.
All I want is an invite from Steve to the next. That's all I want.
Yeah. Let's go out for tacos. Done.
Deal. That's all I want to hang out.
You guys both did very well. That was fun. Did you guys have fun?
Yeah, no,
a lot of fun.
I would do this all the freaking time. This was awesome.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you guys for hosting this. This was a blast.
Yeah.
Amazing. Chris, how was it behind the scenes? I've just been me talking this entire time.
Yes, no, thank you for hosting it. I mean, this was definitely Charlie's brainchild here, and just coordinate everything together. And I'm here in the back end, just making sure that things are running smoothly and we have a great episode. Yeah, like I had fun. There were definitely some questions that I would have to phone in a friend or maybe double dip, but I mean, not all options were utilized. So now we know for the rematch.
Now we know. Yeah, this is I guess you call it my brainchild, but I completely stole it. But hey,
The idea's original for Two Heels in the Face, right?
There you go.
Yes, the first ever one for Two Heels in the Face. Trent, we'll wrap up for Steve because he's got to get to his family and his new child. Congrats, newish. Before we go, Steve, remind everyone of everything they need to know about Warrior.
Yeah, so Warrior Wrestling, next one's coming up Friday, October 6th in South Bend, Indiana. The handles on Instagram and Twitter and Threads, I think, are at Warrior, WRSTLNG. Tickets are available at warriorwrestling.net. We do the big fan fest before the show to meet everybody. So if you want to meet Eddie Kingston and Takeshita and Sky Blue and everybody else, feel free to get your tickets for that and meet them before the show. Otherwise, just kind of stay tuned to the socials for more shows. Check out AAW in a couple weeks, and then come out to South Bend and see Warrior.
Amazing. Trent, anything we need to know about AAW?
Yeah, man. It's like we were talking at the beginning of the show. New venue, Joe's on Weed Street. Come check us out. It's been we had a rocky start to the summer with the whole venue situation. Us and Freelance both got wrapped into the whole venue problems that we faced in the city this early part of the summer. But everybody's rebounding, new buildings, new faces, new locations. So come check it out. It's the era of Davey Vega. So
let's go.
Longtime Chicago fans, this is a big deal for a lot of people. This is the what people thought was the rightful winner of the lineup last year, but it all worked out for him. But yeah, come check us out. Show some love. We have a nice little card going on here, man. There's gonna be some fun stuff. We announced Vega and Gringo Loco in the main event for the
yes, Gringo deserves a shot. Triple Crown champion, Davey Vega.
Yeah, he's the
out
latest
there in
Triple Crown.
time.
Latest Triple Crown. So, and a fun little trivia thing would be just to put together who is now eligible for the next Triple Crown. So there's a couple guys out there we can play that, put that list out there. We were going through it as a crew the other day. So a couple guys still active who can still claim another Triple Crown. So we'll see what happens. But come to AAW on the 29th, and then hit up Warrior, man, in South Bend at the Bendix, right? Bendix Arena, is that right?
Bendix Arena, yep.
Yeah.
Amazing. You guys are both fantastic humans. Thank you for being open to this and having fun. And yeah, we could do more of these. If people enjoy it, let us know at Two Heels and a Face on Twitter. Chris, you can take us home.
Yeah, I'll just put it out there. I mean, Eric versus Dr. Keith. I don't know.
Ooh.
It might be a thing.
Oh.
Putting it out there. But again, yes, thank you, the both of you. Thank you for making this happen, and it was tons of fun. But for our listeners, twoheelsandaface.com is the place you want to go. If you want to find us on all the other podcast streaming platforms, YouTube, Charlie's doing a great job in the social media handles at Two Heels and a Face, number Two Heels and a Face, and that is all for us.
Nice.
Thank you all.
Thanks, Chris.
guys.
Good night,
Thanks,
guys. See you later.
Thanks,
Night.
everybody. Steve, good seeing you, man.
Thank you.